Who lived at yes, the time she blackmailed me.
Do you honestly think you can get away with this?
Funny, I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Date, calm down.
Date. I was gonna say, Date, calm down, bro. Calm down. It's not worth
You know
it.
Iris Sagan, don't you?
No, I don't. I've never heard of her.
Maybe he's lying, maybe he's not. But even if he doesn't know her name. Even though So doesn't know Iris. Who are we gonna show?
Oh, this is like a genuine like thing. Huh.
Anything to examine?
Huh.
No, I don't think so.
You might want to save, like, genuinely, if you're allowed to.
It doesn't let me pause.
Oh, yikes. And it doesn't. Can you highlight one of the options?
Iris's body was found frozen in the warehouse.
Oh, okay, so we could just
The right
like
eye was removed
figure it
and
out.
she suffered multiple stab wounds to her back. There were no other visible wounds on her body, so the stab wounds were likely the cause of death. From the size and shape of the marks, the murder weapon is almost definitely a knife, possibly a kitchen knife.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
It does.
Okay. Should I be examining them all, or?
Yeah, check them all until one makes sense.
Thinking about how Iris's body was frozen when I discovered it, it must have taken at least 18 hours for the body to freeze to that state.
Oh, it's because he was heading there. Remember, Iris GPS tracked him, and he was going right. Was that what it was?
You mean Iba?
Iba.
He did.
Listen, eyeballs have irises. It's not my fault.
I entered the warehouse at 9 p.m. 18 hours prior to that was 3 a.m. Iris was last seen alive around 2 a.m. She was live streaming, so there's no doubt about the time.
Yes, she said she had to go. That was like an hour before she died then.
Meaning Iris must have been murdered between 2 and 3 in the morning. Iris's body was discovered at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse in the warehouse district by the harbor.
Okiura Fishery.
That caught my eye too, but we'll get to that later. The actual murder site is unknown. The lack of blood at the scene makes it highly likely that she was killed somewhere else.
Oh, so he might have been taking the body there.
Mm-hmm.
Iris was live streaming until 2 a.m. today. Someone visited her and interrupted the stream. I hadn't been in contact with her for a while. Whoever visited her this morning almost certainly has something to do with the murder.
This is the image stored in the Persons of Interest database.
I saw So walking out of the cold storage warehouse where the corpse was discovered.
This is probably it.
Iba recorded the whole thing.
Just before my battery ran out.
Mm-hmm. There we go. That's
agree?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not relevant.
Oh, okay. So we don't even. Cool. Where Iris was found.
We're in agreement, we're both wrong. Where Iris is
Yeah.
found. No, it's not that.
I'm suddenly the stakes are so low.
Is it at 2 a.m.? This isn't it.
Iris
Oh,
is
picture.
autopsy?
Picture. Even though she doesn't know the name, maybe he knows the picture.
Ah, so Deska. That's fair.
I put a picture of Iris in front of So.
So you've never met her before?
I have not.
Have you seen her corpse?
Corpse?
I know you've seen her body.
Based on what?
Based on picture.
Just leaving the warehouse, I guess.
This is also important. There's something else. Where the body was
Oh,
found.
it's 2. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Low column A, low
Iris's
column B.
body was found at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
What does that have to do with anything?
You were just there!
I stood up and went to the corner of the room. Just stood in the corner.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Sorry.
I picked up with the PC monitor and put it on the desk in front of him.
This. Iba, play the video.
Right away.
I see. Then I suppose you know I was there.
Then you saw the body.
I didn't. I was at the warehouse, but I didn't see any corpses there.
Don't lie to me!
It's the truth.
Then what were you doing there?
I choose to remain silent.
You what?
Remain silent, as is my right, guaranteed by law.
Is that alright in Japan?
I don't know. I actually, that's a good question. Because it might not be.
It came up in Persona as well, and I'm wondering if that's just a translation thing they use, or...
Yeah, there might be like some other things that's like not necessarily a one-to-one, but like closely equivalent.
Yeah.
So they just use it as like a...
Maybe. I'm just curious.
Remember,
Yeah.
that I am a politician. I know my rights.
Date, can I get a second?
What?
Does it matter if he saw the body or not in this case? He's a busy man. If we hold him here too long...
You want me to stop beating around the bush?
I certainly do. You believe that Sosajima is her killer, or is at the very least involved in the crime somehow.
Yeah.
Why not ask him for his alibi first?
Okay, I need to know So's alibi. The time of death? I assume?
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Iris was killed sometime between 2 and 3 in the morning. Do you have an alibi for that time?
I was playing mahjong all night at a place called Dora Dora in Shinjuku.
Politician spending all night in a mahjong parlor.
An exclusive mahjong parlor, yes.
If it's mahjong, you should have had 3 opponents with you.
Indeed I did. But they were all strangers. I don't remember their names.
Date, I did some research.
Convenient.
Dora Dora is a private room mahjong parlor. It is owned and operated by one individual.
If the rooms are private, that limits the number of potential witnesses. The shopkeeper might be in So's pocket. He's the only one we could ask about So's alibi. Especially if he doesn't remember any of the 3 people he played against.
He might as well not have an alibi.
That's not much of an alibi, So.
Please, this is ridiculous. First you suspect me in the matter of Shoko Nadami, and now this? I haven't killed anyone. Not Shoko, not Iris. Besides, if I stabbed a woman, why would I bring her to a cold storage warehouse?
Wait. What did you say?
I don't think we established... No, we did say that it was the girl. What did he say there that just... So didn't respond. But I remembered. He slipped up. If I stabbed a woman... Oh, we didn't say it was stabbing!
Yeah.
So he does know about the corpse. Because...
The autopsy report.
I never mentioned Iris's cause of death. How do you know she was stabbed?
Because
you did it?
don't be stupid.
Then how do you know? Stop dodging the question and answer.
I don't think he's dodging the answer, just the question.
Boss, give me permission to
Dodging the
sink.
question and answer.
He can't hide inside his own head.
You've got it. Sync with him.
We're going in his head without his consent.
I put So into chemically induced sleep. But do not worry, it will not affect the sync.
Okay, Date. Let's do it.
Right.
Please.
So
don't
we can lose, but like it's just a diverging path anyway, so it's not the end of the
You
world.
say it every time.
I guess.
Let us begin.
Time to enter his palace.
Oh my gosh.
That's impressive. Those spins.
Did you witness my superior driving technique?
Yeah, I saw you get in an accident.
No! I only pressed the wrong pedal!
That's what you call an accident.
Oh, look at that!
Don't change the subject.
Observe the surroundings.
Toyota.
Huh. In a word, I'd say it's strange.
It's Yotoya,
This
isn't
is
it?
So's corrupt
Is it?
nature manifesting itself.
The man's Somnium is almost as corrupt as he is.
It's distorted to
impressed.
desires.
Never mind.
Yeah, this is a real bad dream. Let's get the clues we need and get the hell out of here.
It's Iris. What on earth is she doing here?
Yeah, it's Yotoda. Okay.
Yotoda.
That's just switching the Y in the first T.
Yeah. Oh. No. Iris! There was a covert unit in the darkness, and you didn't see it.
Iris!
Use the time stone.
We can't
Go
go any
back.
closer.
We cannot.
That silhouette we saw.
This is
Why are we
Somnium.
playing on, like, regular mode? We should
During
have
a
done
sync,
casual.
We experience the subject's dreams from a third-person perspective. In other words,
It has to be him.
I cannot say for certain, but probably.
Oh, do we get to watch again? Cool.
What's going on?
It appears that time is looping in this warped space.
There you go. There's your time rewind you wanted.
Yeah, I guess so.
Looping?
You just have to keep making the same move.
Can't you do something
We're hoping
about
for that 1% miss.
What
Yeah.
exactly do you propose I do?
You're telling me I have to watch this scene over and over?
I don't want to watch it either.
Well then...
I suppose we can help her. We may then be able to ask this manifestation of Iris some questions.
Huh?
I don't like the sound effect of the stabbing.
Sure, do whatever you gotta do.
Yes, we have to save Iris, no matter what.
It's
Yeah,
so like
it's like weirdly squishy. Like I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
it regular. I mean, I don't know. I guess I've never heard
To
of
do
a
that,
person
you gotta
getting
do something about
stabbed.
that huge
I don't
robot.
want to. I really don't want to ever hear that. Even like
No,
online.
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't want that sound in my mind.
Somnium scan. Activate.
God. Okay, so mental lock 1. Is that box? Mental lock 2. Are those boxes?
Mm.
Mental lock. I don't even know where that lock is. Between the buildings? Mental lock 4 is that box being held by the crane. Okay, well, first the big box, I guess. Fire escapes, you may discover So's secret. Oh, God.
Ugh. Yeah, it's unpleasant.
Wait, do we have a map? We don't have a map? I thought we had a map. We do have a map.
A forklift.
Drive?
Oh, we get like a negative timing.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to use that.
I mean, kicking doesn't seem like it's gonna do anything.
Roger that. Leave it to me.
I think this is just like a tutorial for the mechanic, where certain actions will give us
It is time to
Bad
unleash
timing.
the Drift King.
Didn't you crash a minute ago?
You're gonna drift in a forklift?
Besides, the forklift is front-wheel drive.
Yeah, how you gonna drift with front wheel drive?
Hey,
No, no! Into the ocean.
good job. A plus.
There's something here.
Maybe you should jump in. It might unlock a bonus stage.
Do you have the mind of a child?
Critical timing does a negative effect. Negative times can multiply time and force you to use them. Pick one up, be careful. Oh, so we're forced to use it?
Yeah.
A mysterious warp space suddenly appeared.
Oh.
I kind of want to throw the pebble just to get rid of the net.
Yeah, just to get rid of it. I think that's the big brain play. Oh.
It appears to be connected to that place.
That sound makes it hard to believe it was a pebble.
If we jump through, will we be a giant woman?
Giant woman!
A portal.
Put your hand in. Because then maybe you can grab the box.
The rock's
Yeah.
in the way.
My hand.
Yeah, you can do it.
I suppose if I must.
How are you kneeling on it?
Look at that HD water
I've seen a
texture.
boss character like this before.
Like what?
I don't like how her hoodie. Is she even wearing pants? Was she wearing a skirt? I don't even remember.
Are those boxes in the way too?
She's wearing shorts.
We do not have time to move each one.
If only we could use that crane.
Oh, same
was right.
checkpoints. Cool.
Okay, what else do we got?
5 minutes left, Date.
A warehouse door.
Knock? See if they open?
Is anyone there? No response.
Even if there was someone there, they might not answer.
I mean, we got the half timing. Third timing.
A warehouse door.
Now listen.
I hear the sound of dripping liquid. Occasionally, a spraying or squirting sound.
Ew.
Gross.
By liquid, do you mean blood?
Unknown, but it is unnerving.
It was unnerving to have described. Do any of these warehouse doors matter? No, I don't want to retry it. I want to open map. Oh, there's a thing that's not a warehouse door to interact with over here?
Pieces of concrete.
Kick. I think kick.
I mean, it gives you the 1/10 timing. You should have used the timing.
Why
Because he's
take
gonna
10
replace.
seconds? Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, but you're gonna replace the most
Okay.
recent, the last one,
I
anyways.
want to go home.
It's okay. Don't push yourself. Just give it another
Yeah,
shot,
like
okay?
you just gotta start
You can do
using
it.
them, even if it's
Stop
not a lot
it.
of time.
You trying to be nice makes me
Yeah,
want
I
to
realize
cry.
now.
Pieces of concrete.
I'll investigate.
See-
I guess let's use the...
Well, we're not gonna get a timing from
Oh.
this one, so we don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't think the time
Pieces of
It's probably not
loss
worth
is
it.
enough. Yeah.
Probably not.
It is the same material that makes up the ground. Though I am unsure why it fell from the sky earlier.
So things that go through that portal come out supersized. Got it.
Okay.
That was
Pieces
to
of-
solve the problem from the other. That was to solve the first mental lock.
Was it? No, that wasn't there
Yeah,
the
'cause-
first interlock. I checked the map. I think we can use something in there again if we had something to throw in.
A door to the warehouse. I cannot see inside.
Go in?
Yeah, just go in.
I mean, we
We
can't
don't
see
have the
inside.
luxury to. Yeah.
Game over.
Hmm? That door should have led to the warehouse, but
Yeah, we're on the other side.
What?
Isn't there like a crane that we're trying to use on the other side?
Where?
Behind that crate? Nope, but there's a control
is this
panel.
some kind of control panel?
Put fighting game combo. That's a lot of time.
Use the 1/10 timing.
Why should we do it?
Listen, yeah, use the 1/10 timing, so it's only 12 seconds, and we're
one
trying to
that
have fun.
is
We could just
difficult for
restore
humans
to
to
the last
complete.
checkpoint.
Yeah, the GH raging combo.
Fine.
GH raging combo.
No, wait. Inputting that sequence of commands into whatever shaped like this.
I think you can do it.
I'll try.
That was it. That was it. Yes. See, listen, you just have to have faith.
Oh, it moved.
Ring out!
That's a KO.
KO. What is that? Soul Calibur?
I think lots of games say KO.
No, the whole ring out mechanic, right?
Soul Calibur has it, but other games may have ring
If only
outs.
she could fit through that gap.
Okay, time to make her skinny. Very skinny.
Yeah,
Disney princess skinny.
yeah. The solution to this puzzle is to lose a ridiculous, an unhealthy amount of weight.
I think we have to go back.
Probably.
But what's in this one? Might as well.
A warehouse door.
Listen. We'll get it
Oh,
one time.
the other one gave us a 10-second timing, where the next thing would have just been 10 seconds regardless.
Being sharpened.
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous. Be careful.
Knife being sharpened. I don't. Maybe we should since we're here.
A warehouse door.
Yeah, but are you? Yeah, we're gonna have to use whichever one is a third. A third is less than a fourth. Is more than a fourth, right?
Please
Is
don't get
anyone
into that
there?
thing with Americans that
Ugh.
literally bought less. When they made a third pounder cheaper than a quarter pounder, people still wouldn't buy it because they thought a third pounder is less food.
A third pounder is more food, right?
Yeah.
It's more. A third is more than a fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 3/3 is a smaller amount of numbers of sections than 4/4.
3/3
Oh.
and 4/4 are the same.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, groups. You grouped. It's grouped into threes.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's more per three
No
than if you group
response.
into
Even
four.
if there was someone there, they might not.
Listen, I'm trying my best.
Sometimes it's not good enough.
A warehouse
Sometimes it's
door.
not.
Should we use the 10-second timing?
Yeah, I think we might
Delivery.
have to.
Delivery.
It's DiGiorno, actually. Oh, sorry, not sponsored. Not sponsored.
We could
It's
be.
it's sponsor us if you want us to say your name again, but we're not saying it again unless you pay us money or pizza. Although I can't have pizza right now, but you know, it
A
is what it
wooden
is.
box hanging from a crane.
Ugh,
Punch?
Pushing it is probably the correct option, but then we're gonna have that negative 3
You
times
think pushing
timing.
is?
I mean, then punch it, but use the timing. Don't forget to use the timing.
It won't even budge.
See, I'm sure pushing it's not gonna do much either.
You don't think so? Was there anything
No, I don't
else
think
to
so.
do? There's a thing over here. Oh, where are we? Over here. There's the crane.
A crane.
Ride?
I would think so. Yeah, but use the timing because we're gonna lose one.
Not that I am against it, but
Can you not climb?
I don't see any place to get a hold.
So we wasted the time and we couldn't even climb it?
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I can't check on that side.
A crane.
Cool. I guess throw something.
Yeah.
That sucks.
How about this stone? Huh? Ah!
Cool.
I hit it, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
God.
A crane.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date.
I guess
Hurry.
tackle. We'll use the 1/8. Why is the 1/8 the same as the 1/10? Oh, rounding.
Rounding.
Listen, I'm not doing math right now.
There is no
No,
point
that's
to do this
fair.
by force. If we are going to move it, we have to find another way.
Okay, cool. None of that worked. I think then the only thing to do... Nothing over there. Other than the warehouse doors, the only other thing to do is to push this back to your
wooden block.
crate. We might be screwed.
I mean, we could reset to a previous lock now that we know the solutions and save all that time.
If we lose, yeah.
No use. It is either stuck to the ground, or its cargo is extraordinarily heavy.
Or you're just weak.
Or your instructions are bad.
Or you're just lazy.
Or your breath smells like garbage.
She wins.
Or y'all being rude.
Or you're a seal.
A warehouse door.
Oh, we didn't get the negative timing?
Can you not? Did you use the timey last time when you were full of timies? Because maybe if we're full of timies, maybe we won't get a negative timing.
I thought I used a timing.
That's what I'm saying. Next time there's a negative timing, don't use a timing and see if we just
No
like can
response.
skip it.
Even
Because
if
that
it
might be the
was
big
somewhere.
brain play.
Maybe, but I swear I used the timing. Or I used the timing, so I should have had a slot.
A warehouse door.
Oh, I see what you mean.
At this point, I don't know. I'm doing the thing we
Yeah,
haven't
right.
done.
I hear deep, excited breathing.
Gross.
Don't tell me.
Ugh,
Is it a panty snatcher?
Gross.
gross.
That episode of SpongeBob was removed!
One minute left.
Guess you're going to miss the
A warehouse
removed episode.
Oh, that worked!
What's this? Something came out.
Edible seaweed made this way was thought to be a delicacy for nobles during the Heian era.
Nobody
What?
needs to hear your superfluous narration.
What?
Edible seaweed.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
It made her shrink.
I could go for some edible seaweed right now.
I had from my Japan box some chips that were nori flavored, and they're pretty good.
I love nori.
Can we stop?
Is the box
I
hanging
hate
from
the
your clothing
sound.
right now?
She's just always be getting stabbed. You know how it is.
Was there something under the wooden box?
Let's just go back and lift it up for now.
Stop it! Shrink her body and made an escape path. I have to lift the... Wait, lift... We can't lift the wooden box. We tried.
A wooden box.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even have an option to lift the wooden box. I guess let's
Maybe
try
we
shrinking.
can.
What is this?
It looks like
Maybe go the other way.
before you pay for it.
Maybe instead of going the way that Iris went, go the opposite way so you'll get huge instead of getting tiny.
This is a mistake.
It's the same on both sides. Just peek inside.
Well, peek inside.
Do I want to use an 8th? I guess not. It's only 10.
Oh, I got smaller.
If you got any smaller, you'd be as flat as a surfboard.
This is a mistake.
Oh. No,
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
cool. Don't know what you want from me.
A warehouse door.
No, that just goes to the other side. Right? I think that just went to the other side.
A warehouse.
Knock or listen?
I mean, they're both 1 second, so let's knock.
Is anyone there? No response.
Even if there was someone there,
My God.
A warehouse. I thought I heard the voice of a woman. She sounded frightened.
You know what? I think we need to go through the... I don't think we're gonna make it in time. We have 10 seconds.
Time's up.
Yeah.
A warehouse.
Yeah, we won't even be able to go in.
You can go in
Delivery.
with the 1/10th time. But we can't do anything on the other side. Okay,
Yeah.
we were supposed to go in there, but we're screwed.
Is this some kind of control panel?
Input fighting game combo.
No, it won't budge.
got it. Well, if that wasn't it.
Date, we're out of time.
Damn you, So! How many secrets are you keeping?
Blast brain.
Got a blast brain.
I'll retry from checkpoint. Lock 3, 52 seconds. That was plenty still.
I don't think it was.
With all our time modifiers?
I guess so.
We did a lot after that 52 seconds.
A warehouse.
So we already know to go through here. And that
Delivery.
just takes a second. Then
Is this some kind of control
we know it's not the fighting game combo.
Should probably raise it, right? Because we're trying to lift a box, I presume.
Understood.
Unless it's like flying controls and lowering. Okay. Well,
Is there something underneath it?
oh, there we go.
Yeah, we did it.
Whatever Dora says when we did it. She said something in Spanish.
She does say something in Spanish.
Punt. I'm not sure if you saw her punt the guy.
It appears Iris was saved. Barely.
That shadow must be...
Okay, it looks like the path didn't branch in this one.
Oh, that's good then. It's less tedium when we're trying to like finish out the...
Achievement unlocked. Villain evasive memory. Blast brain.
Blast brain. Is that what you think? Jimbo Nontron says.
When it's going backwards.
Iris was in the Somnium earlier.
Yes, we saw.
An unidentified figure tried to stab Iris to death. And Date and Aiba...
Why are you so
Who's that
excited?
figure?
Probably so himself.
True, he could imagine himself in his Somnium that way. Mr. Date's ego algorithm processed the figure into that particular image.
What are you people talking about? If you're quite done here, hurry up and release me.
Yeah, it's like experimental. Like I don't know if any of this is admissible in court.
Monitors turned off. No, but it might give us leads. And then we can follow less scrupulous methods to get the truth. How does syncing work?
During the sync, the sinker's consciousness, or ego, is brought into the subject's Somnium. They
I prefer
enter the
Shigo.
subconscious mind, or more accurately, sink into it. At this time, the sinker's memories are left in their original body. Picture an egg. The ego is the egg yolk that goes into the subject's brain. The sinker's
Yummy.
memories are the whites, which remain in the shell. The sinker, or rather the sinker as their pure ego, experiences the subject's Somnium. But to be precise, it is not only ego. When synced, a modicum of memory data does get sent into the subject's brain. Imagine separating an egg yolk from its whites. No matter how you try, some of the egg whites will always stick to the yolk. This is
Not
just
if you
like
hard
that.
boil it.
Is that why they called a really committed detective who's seen a lot of stuff a hard-boiled detective?
No, it's just because they cooked him for a long time.
That makes sense. That checks out.
Imagine the human brain as being made up of two elements.
Peter just
Memory,
keeps. It's like,
algorithmic structure.
well, imagine this. Just
The
try
former
to
is preferable because
simplify
the latter
everything.
can be problematic.
Wait, what is problematic? Algorithmic structure?
A memory and algorithmic structure.
It can output things based on the inputs it is given. To make this easier to understand, compare this to a computer. Memory is like your data stored on a hard disk. The
That's why his name is
algorithm the
Pewter.
program.
Well, what happened
Computer.
to Tom?
He's not calm. He's stressed out all the time.
Oh, when he gets excited, then never mind.
No, cursed.
This program
Cursed.
controls
Cursed.
everything, from higher cognitive functions to primitive instinct. This program is what creates the phenomenon of consciousness.
Is the ego algorithm?
In short, it is your ego algorithm. What you call your mind. Recognition, cognition, consciousness.
What is the ego algorithm?
All of these processes are incomprehensible without the ego algorithm. However, the Wadjet system is revolutionizing the way we think about consciousness.
The Wadjet system controls my core programming.
Using Wadjet, we could map the neural circuitry of the human brain. And
Yeah.
we discovered a specific circuit that is key to the phenomenon of consciousness. However, we human beings are still unable to fully grasp it. It's far too complicated. But even if we don't understand it, we can still use it. You don't have
Fully
to understand
grasp it.
electromagnetism to use a microwave oven. The Wadjet system is how we are able to
Do you understand
extract the sinker's
electromagnetism?
consciousness.
Vaguely, but I don't need to know how to use a micro.
Yeah. I'm just checking.
That
Yeah,
is
I
what
vaguely
makes
do,
thinking possible.
roughly.
The subject of the sync remembers certain persons or objects that appear in Somnium. But they might not have a clear form. Our dreams are sometimes vague or unclear after all, even the subject of the dream themselves. I told you earlier that the syncer experiences the dream from the perspective of an observer. That is why the person creating the dream can appear within it. But perhaps they do not have an objective view of themselves, like a mirror or picture. Perhaps he's never watched himself on television. Rare for a politician, but not unheard of. He lacks that objective picture of himself. He remains stoic and unattached despite his position of power. I find that quite powerful. To be able to put your ego aside and see yourself as God sees you is an ability many
I
charismatic
wouldn't think
people
Peter
share.
would be religious.
Yeah, he doesn't come across as the type.
He may not have a rational, objective assessment of himself. So, even if this figure is ambiguous,
It could be so.
indeed.
You look the same as usual. Okay. Door leads to the sink room. Metal shelf. I open the binder. It's a map of Shinjuku. Oh, it's different now. He doesn't have that stuff in there anymore.
All the naughty
Monitor.
BL stuff.
Yeah.
I want to beat So over the head with that thing.
I see. Apparently you need your dosage increased.
Dosage?
Yeah, just get it on the table. Imagine just like saying a comment and then somebody's just like, "You need to have your own dosage increased." And it's like, wait, what am I taking?
Yeah, what am I taking?
Locker, what would I give to be trapped in there? Oh, cool.
We already know about your obsession with Reika. Ugh.
Why would you want to be trapped in a locker with anybody? That's so cramped and uncomfortable.
Yeah, you can't even do anything, even if you want it.
Yeah. Can we get an arrest warrant for So?
Are you kidding me? You know that what we find in Somnium can't be submitted as evidence in court. Besides, we don't even know for sure if that figure was So.
You said it was.
I said that it's probably him.
Excuse me? I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying.
About the Somnium earlier.
I saw it on the monitor. Iba saving Iris as she was being stabbed. Of course, since you and Iba are one and the
Ah.
same, it's like you
Now I saw
saved
it.
her, Date.
Yeah, punt.
But that was just a dream. It's not real. Saving her in Somnium won't save her now. I'm sorry.
Well, duh.
No, nothing yet. They arrived a while ago, but that warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery.
I know. Iba, can you check to see if it's the Okiura we know?
Searching.
Boss is standing there, menacingly.
She's just standing there, menacingly. That was my best, Patrick. I refuse to do any better.
He didn't.
I could do better, but I refuse.
Are you planning on acting dumb all night? How did you know Iris was stabbed?
I heard it.
What?
On my way to this place, I heard that woman over there talking. Something about a girl who got stabbed in the back.
Hey there, Shady.
Are you talking
Yo,
about
yo,
me?
yo.
Yes, you.
I don't remember exactly what I said. It's possible that I mentioned a body with stab wounds to the back.
Boss.
It is impossible to determine now. He very well may not have seen Iris's body.
No. He still must have. He was in the warehouse.
But does that mean we can conclude for certain that he saw the corpse?
About Iris.
I've been telling you I don't know anything.
That's impossible. I saw Iris in your dream. You have to have some memory of her.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
Why did you call Shoko?
Come to think of it, I still haven't heard your explanation for this. 2 days ago, you called Shoko Nadami just after 9 p.m. Why?
That is a private matter that I will not discuss with you.
What is your alibi for Shoko's murder?
What were you doing at 5 p.m. 2 days ago?
Reading a book at home. You can ask my housekeeper or my bodyguards. They will confirm that for you.
That does match what the bodyguard said earlier.
But they're like family to him. They're not above telling a lie to protect their boss.
Date, the investigation team is calling.
Have to go to voicemail.
This is Date from Abyss. What happened?
Hey, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something we want to check. Is now a good time?
Sure, what is it?
You said you found a body at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The one at Ariake? Warehouse District?
Yes, that's right.
Huh. Okay.
Why? What happened?
It's, not here.
What's not there?
We searched all over the warehouse. We didn't find any bodies.